Travelers, welcome in. You can hear me as long as you can hear me and you can hear me clearly. Please and thank you. Drop a 9 into the comment section for me. Drop a 9 into the comment section for me, Delta 9 Travelers. Pick up yourself to everyone that's in the live from the early. Thanks for tuning in and being a part of this special presentation. Can you hear me and hear me clearly right now, Delta 9 Travelers? If so be the case, please and thank you. Drop a 9 in the comment section for me. So I know I'm coming through and we clear all over the world because we got some headlines to update one another with. Big up to all the travelers that are live with us from the early. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being a part of this special presentation. Well, guess what? These are some of the headlines that we will be highlighting this live presentation.
It is impossible for a man who has been a public servant all his life to amass 150 acres of land and a more than $5 billion luxury estate. Also, I heard Irfan is trying to get a bank that he is very close to cook the books like if he took a loan. You understand what I'm trying to say? He's trying to get a bank to cook the books, to backdate like if he took a loan. And we all know that when you take a loan, you have to pay every month an interest, especially when a business is not generating money, when you're at now the developing stage.
I'm telling you, now at the developing stage, what is really going on in our beautiful nation? Just some of the headlines, we're just giving you some of the coming ups so you could understand some of the details that we'll be diving into. We didn't even get the chance to update one another since the whole 4th of July celebration and a number of things that went down. I'm telling you, we got a jam-packed presentation, jam-packed. Big up to all the travelers on your way in. Hit that thumbs up button. It costs you nothing.
Hi, I'm at the CARICOM Heads of Government meeting. You see all the excitement in Guyana. You have a president who practices what he preaches. When I come back home, we're going to go to the farm live and you will see how to do agriculture and you will see all that we do there. So don't worry, together we'll explore great techniques. Hi, I'm at the
Techniques. Who's interested? Some of those headlines and many other updates and very important and trending topics we're going to be getting into. Monday presentation right here with who? Delta9 Media.
You know what happening there? Yeah, I live in happily ever after. It's helicopter this man is moving. This man got drone for farm. This man setting himself. And you out there running and killing yourself. You killing up yourself.
I'm telling you.
This man got your water treatment plants even for birds. This man got cooling system for birds. You could afford AC. What cooling system you got, some of you? You even got rough rainfall and you getting wet up. You down there election time running this, the rainfall you soak. Are you running out?
All of that going on in we beautiful nation. I'm telling you so many things for me to update one another with. And did you get a chance to go into the sun yet? Because guess what? That's what the 4th of July, well, all the way from the 1st up to the 4th and blending over into the 6th, because you know it takes 3 days for energy to come in and for it to go out. So we're going to be getting into some of the esoterics behind the 4th of July. Why? Because it's how we do it over here on Delta9 Media. We take the flight to different altitudes sometimes as we do our live presentations. We're going to hear some of these headlines coming in from Grand Sheikh Taj Tariq Bey, giving us some of these insights.
On the 1st of July, the Saturn starts coming from behind the sun, and somewhat like what you would look at an eclipse when you're looking at an eclipse of the moon in relationship to the sun, you look at Saturn in relationship to the sun. That would be the heliacal rising of Saturn. So the 1st of July, it begins its heliacal ascension. When it gets into full bloom between the 1st of July and the 4th of July, and that is the ancient and
and because I'm sure that everybody in Guyana and the diaspora would love to know that Delta9 Media is live and we're getting into all the trends.
I'm at the CARICOM Heads of Government meeting. You see all the excitement in Guyana. You have a president who practices what he preaches. When I come back home, we're going to go to the farm live, and you will see how to do agriculture, and you will see all that we do there. So don't worry, together we'll explore.
Hey, listen. They bundle too big, man. You bite have more than you could chew. Light shining for the truth now. Pull up. Me see the man a stumble, see him losing him grip. Bill $1 billion fortress, now him ready for slip. Him thought the forest dark, that him safe in the shade, but the satellite come show how the empire made him talk. Development him a talk about the plan, but he can't explain the wealth to the people in the land. Every time the man asks, tell we how you get the sheep. He tell a different story while the people start feel weak. Black belly blue, so the air bundle large. Build private kingdoms, tax buyer get charged. Bite off more than you fish you. Now the greed start helping you. Every answer him give and make the bucky go. What if it in the dark, now the light shining tell. From the mansion to the cattle, everybody want know how the pressy pockets swell. Black belly blue. Black belly blue. Where you get the cow? Him say me find them by the road. Where you get the tractor and the heavy duty load? He say me win a raffle, me and know why you stress. Every word out of him mouth is one hot mess. He said the fish there for charity, the chickens there for sport. But him locking up the gate when the people come for report. He try to dance, moonwalk while bus light on the grain. Public servant getting wealthy, but he preaching the rain. Light shining, everything revealing.
Ridiculous detail of the most corrupt president Guyana has ever had, President Irfan Ali, and his hidden 150-acre luxury ranch estate worth more than $5 billion in market value, located along the Linden Highway. As leader of the opposition, I am now publicly calling for his immediate resignation from the office of the presidency. The Guyanese people deserve better, and you are not a leader for the people. It is a shame to see that the leaders of the PPP have destroyed the party of a true son of the soil, Dr. Chedi Jagan. I have been receiving an outpouring of calls and messages from farmers, from housewives, from cattle ranchers, from Guyanese from every walk of life about their outrage and literally fed up with the massive corruption of the PPP government, including the president. Added to the massive corruption of President Irfan's ranch and more exposure to be made public, I want to bring to your attention this obscene former president's benefit bill that he is trying to pass in Parliament. Fellow Guyanese, I want you to understand how serious this is and why every Guyanese should be outraged and protest against this. The corrupt PPP government calls for Parliament to resume for one of two reasons only. One, to approve additional funding for their large corrupt deals after they have squandered out all the money that was passed by Parliament, and they need more. And secondly, to pass bills such as this repulsive and greedy benefit bill, which is only for two people in this entire country, former President and now Vice President Jack Dio, and current President Irfan Ali. And now we know exactly why President Irfan is amending the current bill, which currently entitles him and all other former presidents with the benefit of 7/8 of the salary of the sitting president and many other benefits. Now, the most corrupt president, President Irfan, wants to put an additional burden on the Guyanese people to amend the bill to fund his lavish lifestyle of unlimited spending on the backs of the Guyanese people. This is what President Irfan wants for himself only. Unlimited payments of water, electricity, and telephone services at their residences. Personal household staff, including an attendant and a gardener. Clerical and technical staff upon request. Free medical treatment or reimbursement of medical expenses for themselves and their dependent family members. Full-time personal security and the services of the Presidential Guard Service at their residence. State-owned and maintained motor vehicles. Toll-free road transportation throughout Guyana. An annual vacation allowance equivalent to the cost of 2 first-class return airfares. And the most vulgar request of his new bill is tax-exempt status for life. These boys want to live like Maharajas. What this means is that if the electricity bill for a sprawling ranch is $100 million for the year, you, the Guyanese people, have to pay that. His sprawling man-made circuit creek that he made, which costed around $60 million, you will have to maintain that creek, meaning you will have to pay for the maintenance. The tax-exempt status for life.
We are talking about this, Delta9 travelers. The opposition leaders saying, listen, it's time for resignation. After highlighting all of them striking, unthinkable allegations against the president. What are your views, Delta9 travelers? Big up to everyone who's in the live right now. Thanks for tuning in and being a part of this special presentation. Listen, buddy, so much going on. Bana all Ayo is the same. That's what 13 priceless ones is saying. Big up yourself. Thanks for being a part of the live. Thanks for tuning in. One of our frequent travelers, Paulette, is saying, people listen to this. Is serious. Wake up, Guyana. Wake up. Thanks for tuning in, Paulette. And thanks for dropping insightful commentary like that one into the comment section. It's definitely time for persons to wake up to the reality of what's going on the ground. These kind of things, right? When it go on in other countries, listen, there's a lot of far-reaching implications. We're hearing about these things happening in other places and things like this going on.
Is not only righteous, but also one that I personally feel. And now that the evidence related to the 6.2 billion is before us, I'm taking action. As I speak, over a dozen individuals suspected of committing the crimes exposed by this audit report have just been arrested by the Malay Police Service. So I want all of the thieves hiding in the civil service to mark my words. If the finger of evidence points to you as one of the thieves that stole COVID money for saving lives while hundreds of our people were dying of COVID, you are going to prison. On top of that, we will use the relevant laws to ensure that you pay back what you stole. Mobilizes. I've directed the Secretary to the President Cabinet, Mr. Zanga Chikosi, to interdict without pay those public officers on whose direct watch the financial mismanagement occurred. As for the Minister of Labor, who was named by the audit report as having spent COVID funds amounting to $613,000 on his allowances for a foreign trip, I have dropped him from my cabinet accordingly. Even though the minister has since returned the money, his usage of the funds means that the money was unavailable for its intended purpose when it was needed most. And I cannot have in my cabinet any individual who either spend money budgeted for one thing on something else, or do not ask tough questions to ensure that the money they are spending on something was budgeted for that purpose. you all feel from reading this audit report is not only righteous, but also one that I personally feel. And now that the evidence related to the 6.2 billion is before us, I'm taking action. As I speak, over a dozen individuals
put the ordinary farmers out of business with this massive corrupt agricultural investment. The fishermen, the cash crop farmers, even the business community, I hope you are paying keen attention because you will also suffer and be put out of business. Irfan could import animals, equipment, machinery, vehicles, building materials, and other business inputs without paying a cent, while the farmers and business owners must pay. That is unfair competition. From the largest piece of machinery needed for any business, even down to a single screw, he could get those tax-free. He can bring in a jet tax-free, all at the expense of taxpayers. As president, I will not approve this excessive spending on the Guyanese people and will continue to use my existing salary for humanitarian work for the people. Another problem with this bill is the way it talks about a former president's home. It says the residence, but it never tells us exactly what that means. Is it one house? Is it the main house where the former president lives? Or if a former president owns 2 or 3 homes, are taxpayers expected to pay all of them? The 2015 law was much clearer. It spoke about the former president's habitual place of residence in Guyana. So everybody understood it meant one main home. The health provisions in the bill raise another uncomfortable question. When Jagdi or Irfan cough too hard, they do not go to the Georgetown Public Hospital. Never. Our healthcare system is no good for them. They travel to India and other.
What are your views, Delta9 travelers? The poll is up on the channel right now for you to participate in. Big up to Paulette, a frequent traveler on the live. Big up to everyone that's live with us on this special presentation. Thanks for tuning in. Hysen, one of our loyal channel members, frequent traveler right here on the live, is saying, we can hear you loud and clear. Big up yourself, Hysen. Thanks for being a part of this special presentation. So many insightful comments in the comment section. So much going on. Let me make sure that I put this banner up on the screen so persons can call in and give their views on these very important and trending headlines. I'm telling you, there's so many things going on. And thanks for tuning in. Anne is saying good evening, Delta9 family and viewers. Big up yourself, Anne. And we get a chance to hear from the leader of the opposition making some unthinkable allegations about this corruption that's going on the ground. What are your views, Delta9 travelers? The poll is up on the channel and the moderator will bring it up so that persons watching this live in the rewind will be able to see some of the things that we were analyzing live on this presentation. Big up to everybody right now in the live. I'm telling you, persons are definitely speaking about the things that the leader of the opposition has been highlighting, and he was on the ground in the same village, right, with the residents, highlighting some of the hurdles that they're facing on the ground, while all of the going on right next to them, you know, while people benefiting so much next to them. What are their lives like? New Year.
What about water supply?
Yeah, we don't have water.
No water.
We got to our own source, but you know there's no service.
So it's depending on the rainwater at the moment.
Yeah, rain.
And when rain doesn't fall, what? And how far is the creek from?
Well, at the bottom of every hill, these hills are creek. So we go to the creek and we get creek water.
While the head of state, his facility got a well and a creek with around 40 black tanks supplying water 24 hours.
I'm telling you, man, yeah.
And his animals.
Life could be fair.
The indigenous people in this country I'm sure more than 60% of them don't have electricity and a constant
Greetings,
watch.
you're on to Delta9 Media Live.
You can tell me more about that, Ms. Dawn.
Yes, Mr. Mohammed, leader, I am happy to be a part of your team this afternoon, visiting.
Greetings, you're on to Delta9 Media Live. You know, see what's going on tonight? Same to you and yours. How are you? Still kicking because, listen, I was back in France. I'm mad to see what's going on with Brazil right now, but guess what? You gotta play like you wanna stay. You can't play like you wanna go in.
For a nation will never win the World Cup.
Yeah.
Take it this year, you know. This year.
Nare?
Somebody going to come out victory this year and tell you from the World Cup start, you go down. That's the more than saying.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I got a bit of a bias against Norway. I feel the strikers be scoring too easy. Them goals just. I telling you, like a giant, and then the roaring what they do, the roaring what they do at the end when they win. I tell you, extra time. Yeah.
And my brother, what I like, I talk to people, my brother. They're watching at his messenger and not listening to the message. Why did I need people just watching at his messenger and not listening to the message, brother? Yeah?
The message is blatant to your face. After this, I don't think not more could be exposed. That would be crazier. Well, there might be more things.
Yeah,
but
my brother, who are the ones that's making this thing? That's the way. You are the one. You can't people still behind the thing, bro. There's people writing in your comments and saying, all of them is peace, and you should listen to this and listen to that. It's true, my brother. But I want your friends to step up on the column section now and come and see what I come in. Because then the wages and the time is 600 million.
Who you call now, Chris?
I want to ask you, you know, there's me like this. When you left office, where is Bonham when you left office? Where is Danger when you left office?
Yeah.
Where is Farmline when you left office? Where is Chabon when you left office? Where is Wells when she left office?
And where you guys there? Where is Ali Wells when he left office? Well, it's going on right there. Yeah, I could feel. I tell you. Big up yourself. Thanks for calling in and dropping them insights in the live presentation. What are your views, Delta9 travelers? We all think about what the leader of the opposition is highlighting right here, because a number of persons are talking about it all over Guyana, all over the diaspora right now. This is the topic that a lot of persons are analyzing. Big up the PA, one of our insightful moderators. He's saying good evening to the notable host, Delta9 Media, and all the astute patriots in the chat, Guyana and the diaspora. Hope all is well as we watch the PPP clips. I'm telling you, clips that just, hands on everything, right? Rasta Empress, one of our insightful moderators, saying good night to Delta9 Media and to everyone traveling with us every single time. Thanks for being here, Rasta Empress, and for being a moderator on this live presentation. Verna, thanks for tuning in. Verna is saying this is indeed a special sharing. I'm telling you, we get a chance to see and hear from persons on the ground in the same village. Plus, we would have highlighted the video that the leader of the opposition was referring to as an independent upload on the channel. You could go and check it out right now and see everything that the leader of the opposition was highlighting about this big farm, ranch, these couple acres of investments coming from where. We're going to get a chance to hear the updates coming from the president. So make sure you subscribe. Because you know we're going to bring you the updates and we're going to highlight it in a neutral manner as well. We got no sides in this, you know. We highlighting and we analyzing. If any side, we are on the side of the people of the country and all of them who touching the funds, the resources of the nation, and they're doing it in a way that they shouldn't. Definitely, we're hoping that they meet the full extent of the law. You see what the poll is saying right here? Do you think President Ali can legally afford what Mohammed exposed? 17% is saying yes, they are political attacks. 17% is saying no, the evidence is clear. And then you have 6 to 7% is saying need a full independent audit. So 6 to 7% is saying that they need a full independent audit. What are your views, Delta 9 travelers? Drop it into the comment section and make your views heard on the poll that's up on the channel right now. Do you think that President Ali can legally afford what Mohammed would have exposed? Mohammed would have exposed a number of things that allegedly the president would have acquired in a manner that just somehow don't seem to make sense. The maxim for some persons, but on the poll, persons are saying yes. No, persons are saying that they need a full independent audit because there is no evidence, that the evidence is not clear. 27% is saying the evidence is not clear, right? Do you think President Ali can legally afford what Mohammed exposed? No, the evidence is clear. 27% is saying that. 60% is saying they need an independent audit to really analyze what's going on. If he can or cannot truly afford all of these things that are being highlighted by the leader of the opposition. 12% is saying yes, they are just political attacks. What are your views? Greetings, you're on to Delta9 Media Live.
Hey, brother, one thing again. We saw this man for an half this month. This man was 27 years old. Because this man said he acquired his will before he was half this man.
Yeah.
I remember he was forced housing minutes coming, brother.
Mm-hmm.
You understand, brother?
Yeah.
And when he stuck the one, look at the mansion we built, look at this, look at that. He said he get his house from guys to do they have this. No, sir, brother. This is corruption widespread. And what did you assemble doing over this thing? You got all them getting a draw back, my brother.
Big
and
business.
Serious, my brother.
Very, very serious. We'll think about the poll on the channel right now.
This is what coming to.
Yeah.
How could you get a poll here saying that 10% is political attack? That is also. There's a poll in your mind, the poll, brother. These people is corrupt.
No. As a sociologist, I got to put up the poll because we got to understand what persons actually are saying on the ground. We got to analyze this thing from a real place, from a neutral place, where persons vote all over the world.
Look at this, Delta. People don't want to know the truth, my brother. People want this already in poverty. They see people joking being right, and we must follow the ally.
Yeah.
They joke too much, so the ally, and you have to joke me more in the one. You see what's going on, and you're still talking about the political attack.
I mean, what? Right now is how many persons on the live, right? We got greetings, thanks Dion for calling in and for sharing them insights with us, right? Now we got almost 300 persons on the live right now with us, right? And this is the participation in the poll. If you're not aware that there's a poll going on right now in the live stream as we analyze was being exposed by the leader of the opposition as it relates to a number of things connected to the president, some unthinkable allegations about certain assets, right? Do you think President Ali can legally afford what Mohammed exposed, right? 12% is saying yes, these are political attacks. That's what 12% of the votes is saying. They're saying, but this is just some political attacks, just like the 19 plus allegedly fraud charges that were brought on the president from before, right? Another 29% of the 100% of voters are saying no, the evidence is clear. So then 29% is saying no, President Ali cannot afford what Mohammed was exposing, and the evidence is clear. Then, so far, the leading vote with more than half of the participants saying this, that they need a full independent audit. 59% is saying they need a full independent audit. What are your views, Delta 9 travelers? Participate in the poll, drop it into the comment section, call it in. Let's have some right thinking, meaningful analysis of some of these things that's going on right now in our beautiful nation. Big up to all the travelers right now in the chat. And as we can see live on the screen, the poll is being updated. You now have 56% saying that they need a full independent audit, and you have 33% that's saying that no, the president cannot afford these things and the evidence is clear. Big up to all the travelers right now in the chat. This is a long awaited massive exposure of the corruption we all suspected was happening. Now we have the proof, and it should boil the blood of every birthright Guyanese, right? I'm telling you, a lot of persons, PA, you're not the only person that is upset about what's going on right here. Allegations, these allegations, I'm telling you. Stanley, thanks for tuning in. Good afternoon, Delta 9 Media and viewers. Big up yourself, Stanley. Verna is saying, sharing to blow the mind. Respect Delta 9 and everyone. Big up yourself. Verna, thanks for being a part of the life. Ali is an old scamp. I tell you. Stanley said, Ali is an old scamp. He was Minister of Housing where he got that 19 fraud charges. Ain't nothing new. I'm telling you. Big up yourself, Stanley. Navjo, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for tuning in. Navjo saying Ali and Jamios acting like they own Guyana gold mines and oil blocks and enriching themselves. Telling you. Reginald, no, only by fraud that the president could obtain. I'm telling you. Reginald, big up yourself. Reginald saying it gotta be something going on that the maths just say matching. The maths say matching, the maths say matching. The answer don't fit the sum. Something wrong, something wrong. Aidan, what going on? Where you get you wrong count is mighty 99% say yeah, look, you see, I can't manipulate the poll. The poll is directly for persons that are on the live and participate. You can't blame me for what the people are saying. That's what persons are saying. When persons participate in the poll, that's what comes up. Greetings, you're on to Delta 9 Media Live.
Yes, good evening, Delta. Yeah. Boy, I don't know what else is going to take for the eyes of the Guyanese people to open up and stand up with all this stuff that's happening. It's I don't know. Before you know, this man is going to wriggle out of this whole thing. I mean, again, and that's what I'm saying. The combined opposition, they have to come together and keep addressing situations.
Yeah.
Right? They can't go one on one, and this one is this is something they all need to unite. So listen, we all are gonna go. We're gonna keep the pressure on. We're gonna keep the pressure on.
To be fair, there is a semblance of unity, even though it might not be like open unity on the protest against what's going on. There's a semblance of unity when we listen to what the opposition leader was speaking on. Because remember today, CAM had a protest as well. Kadaki Amsterdam had a protest as well against the president's bill. And the opposition leader was highlighting some of the elements that would connect directly to supporting that protest. So we've seen a little bit of unity, if not openly, we see in the unity, and that's very important. Anything else you wanted to highlight?
Yes, I mean, what amazes me is, like, I see, like, there's so many Africans, Afro-Guyanese guys who is coming to the defense of the sand. I saw there's a guy from somewhere up in Linden. He wrote one long letter saying how about farming, and he knows their finale from when and what it takes to be and you should see the defense this guy puts up, like, for their finale. Like, I mean, I'm really, think I saw there's another the Rasta guy, the Rasta one, and he went and he was cussing out. Like, different guys, Delvin Peters, he put up a defense for the man also. It's I don't know, it's very, very mind-boggling to see what's going on. I know the other thing, the PPP know they have, or Irfan Ali, he got some big backers. You have BM So there behind him. They have a company called Jumbo Jet. They're all with him. Mark Vera there with him. Sheriffs are behind. There's another Afro guy named Peter Lewis. Peter Lewis has got what do you call this fancy car? A Rolls Royce, right?
Yeah.
Peter Lewis got contract to do airstrip and stuff like that. Then you have there is Spawn, right? You have Professor Moore, like all of these guys, like, but everybody is getting their little piece, and they don't care about the rest of the people, man. Right?
And the thing is this, is Guyana over everybody right now. For me, it's Guyana over everybody. If you're part of the corruption and there's stuff to be highlighted about it, you're holding back the progress of the country, I'm going to highlight it over here at Delta9 Media. I don't have a partiality for one political party or the other. I am all about the progress and growth of the country, which all we should be about. We only have but so much time to be alive and to experience all that our country has to offer. What kind of game we playing?
I know. At one of your program, I had told you about that chicken farm.
Yeah.
There was an Afro guy named Selwyn Peterson, I think.
Yeah.
He was doing that chicken stuff. They're rearing chickens. In 6 weeks, they can get chicken. And, like, you should see, like, 6,000 chickens there. Now they discover Irfan have 2 of those things on his ranch there, right? And I told you from the beginning when I spoke, I said there is something funny about that whole farming stuff, right? And the man has 2 of them on his stick. The other thing quickly what I want to talk about, they're saying that gas resource stuff should be finished they're saying the end of this year. If that thing is going to be finished at the end, why did they resign a 2-year contract with those power ships, right? Goes to tell you that thing, I'm going to tell you, it will not be finished this year. No way that gas resource stuff is going to be finished this year.
That's
ever,
crazy.
right? And they resigned that thing. And also, I'm going to keep stressing, you're going to see that influx of the Venezuelan and the Spanish. There was a documentary somebody did in New York, and the Cubans, they're saying, all the Cubans want to come to Guyana. Everybody wants to come to Guyana. And that's where the labor, the big guys in the construction and stuff, going to take advantage of those Cubans' labor. I'm telling you. There's so much stuff I can see happening in that place.
So crazy.
But it's crazy. It's just crazy what's happening in that place, man.
So what do you think about the poll that's up on the channel right now? Do you think that the president can legally afford what Mohammed exposed?
So they need to do an audit on the man. Like, let's do an audit. Let him show where he got his stuff from.
Exactly. Exactly.
The other thing, he's at the CARICOM. The CARICOM have something going on right now. And he is very, very quiet at that CARICOM thing. And the other thing I'm seeing, I saw even some of these CARICOM leaders he used to be buddy with. I guess they're all here about this stuff now. They're keeping their distance. I saw the Trinidad woman there, she, you know, and they're avoiding each other. They're not cross because I don't know if you see what's going on in Trinidad right now.
Yeah,
Also.
Trinidad got a lot of uproar going on. We got some headlines to highlight about what's going on in Trinidad as well.
Yes, that Trinidad government is going after all of these the 1% you call them. So the Trinidad government now is starting to, I don't know when that's going to happen in Guyana, like, my goodness. But there are amount of alleged corruption. Bro, and if they don't nip this in this bud, it's going to get worse because there's more and more revenue coming in, and this thing going to get worse, bro.
We got yourself. Thanks for calling in and dropping those insights with us.
Okay, bro.
I'm telling you, frequent travelers giving us their views on some of the things that we would have highlighted about what's going on in our beautiful nation right now. Well, listen, these are some of the headlines that's going on right in Trinidad that I was referencing just now when we were talking with the frequent traveler.
Away from this building, the new blood red Balje house stands as a gravestone to drug money, pedophilia, and theft. For almost a decade.
Camille ain't covering her mouth when she exposing what's going on. She making sure she speak loud and proud. Plus, guess what? She knows how to articulate it so it can't make it out to be what she is not saying. Let's hear some more.
Mr. Speaker, Standing Order 48-4, please.
I did not name anyone. It's a class of persons. If it falls in your garden, in your front yard, so be it. The PNM, some of them, they're local drug mafia financiers. Some of them, they're pedophile lodge friends. And the fake eater food elite clearly view.
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker. 48-4, please.
You know, Honorable Speaker, the member for Rima and I were in the law class together. So you know how to craft your statements as a good lawyer. I have not named anyone. If you want to take ownership of it, take it. But I have not named any of them. Not one.
I tell you, Camille covers her mouth. She's making sure she highlight some of what's going on in Trinidad. Listen, as we get back to some of the headlines on the ground. Well, technically in the Caribbean, but coming from none other than the president himself. He had this to say about what's going on.
I'm at the CARICOM Heads of Government meeting. You see all the excitement in Guyana. You have a president who practices what he preaches. When I come back home, we're going to go to the farm live, and you will see how to do agriculture, and you will see all that we do there. So don't worry, together we'll explore.
Earlier sometime concerned look at their water system, and I know a lot of indigenous people live in these areas on the highway. And as you have heard from our brother here, for many years, they are living without electricity, which is unacceptable, especially during this time when our country is being blessed with resources coming from not only gold and diamond and timber, but now resources coming from the oil.
Greetings, you're on to Delta9 Media.
Now being extracted.
Yeah, my brother, don't surprise. When I come back home, we go to the bank and fix up all these nonsense and see that is victimization. People try to take from my dream and they can't get through. When I come back home, my brother, I go to the bank to make sure that I get this thing right.
Yeah.
Now, these are you got to tell.
They can get it right. Y'all can get it right. Hey, Dion, y'all can get it right. Y'all could pull any wool over the eyes of Guyanese and put the president in a light and claim that he's doing all of these things. You and the leader of the opposition and all of we, right? We can get it right. I tell you. Hey,
you know,
Bold was a person. Hey. Bold is a person. If bold is a person, that's definitely the picture. It's crazy.
My brother, Another thing from my brother. The opposition then supposed to go and report this matter. Because again, if nobody report this matter, they're not going to investigate. Remember, to get yourself,
No one made a report, yeah.
They can't investigate. Anything happens, nobody reports the matter, my brother, they can't investigate. Now, who investigates this allegation? If they report it. Again, OPR, the soldiers, who investigates it? Okay?
There's a good question. There's a good question.
But the thing is not people on the table. And you see who are the people defending him? A set of straight hair people, and a set of curly hair people, and a set of hair people. Just like the ears. The ears are
yeah, pick up yourself. Hey, all across the board, persons are defending some of what's going on. So you could see that this is going to split Guyana in a number of different slices because a number of persons got different views about some of what's going on right here. We're going to analyze different aspects of some of these details, but it's good that we hear just a little more what the persons that are actually on the ground and affected had to highlight about what's going on in their area of Long Creek.
And so you are correct when saying that you should have better living standard now at this time. You've been living here for years.
50 years.
50 years and maybe more, and no electricity is
No
very,
water.
very unacceptable. No potable water. And for my indigenous brothers and sisters, I'm sure many of you left where you were, because many times I come on the highway, most of them left region 1, region 7, region 8 to come closer to where they can have access to resources. But it is so sad to know that even though you're near, you're yet so far. So near and yet so far from accessing these basic amenities like transportation mode. All of you have your personal cars and trucks and vehicles. We don't have. But we just heard from our leader that he visited the western side yesterday, and it's the same story. It's the same story. No water, no electricity,
On the roads.
On the road. Has a luxurious farm just behind your back door. Just many of you that this farm is going to. I don't know how many of you can tell me how many of your children are employed there.
None.
None. And do you think that's acceptable?
Sure, foreigners and government workers working there.
Wow, you see?
Workers from
that's
NDIA.
Very, very unfair.
One second.
Very unfair.
One second. Workers from NDIA and from Nari leaving Georgetown and on the East Coast. But our transportation is state transportation, state-owned vehicles. The state-owned vehicles belong to all of us, bringing up the workers. And then taxpayers got to pay these people to do his planting, his livestock, everything on the farm. So sorry, I'm going to move on to another resident because I want to see for myself that persons in Long Creek don't have electricity, which I know of it because last night I visited, but I want to visit this house.
I'm telling you, what's going on the ground, right? We're looking at the motorcycle youths, right? And persons who just coming up and trying to catch down and they're buying a little bike and they're treating them like criminals. Just recently, we would have highlighted an incident where, listen, a youth was treated in one of the most terrible manner, right? All because he's out and about, allegedly just traveling without a license. Now, look at this level of corruption that's being presented, right? There's so many things that we got to make sure that we put into the right perspective, you know. Because with all of this affluence that we're hearing going on in our nation, right? What's the situation? What's the situation with the public servants, right? Recently, there was a strike in the country, you know. What's the real benefits that come from that? For the teachers, the nurses, the ones them that just keep the country running. You know, the people that sometimes we don't pay attention that are so important, but their tasks sometimes we overlook. What about those persons? Hmm? We're going to be getting into these headlines and so many more very important topics right here on Delta9 Media. I'm telling you, Honorable Brooms was clarifying this.
And I heard the conversation. I say, you know what, this thing, I want to put this thing into perspective. And because I see this crumbs things coming up here. And I said to them, if I got a piece of bread or a piece of cake, and I take my hands and, because crumbs is crumbs, yeah? Crumbs there. In order for you to eat this crumbs, your belly could never full. Because you got to take your hand and try to pull it together. Sometimes you got to take your survivor, you got to lick it up. If I put the crumbs on the ground, you definitely got to bend down. So if you want somebody out here going to fight to give you crumbs and you satisfy for crumbs, you look to the wrong person. Don't disrespect me. If you have no regards for yourself as a human being, I regards and love you more. I'm not doing that. You see now for them what they said, they're getting a crumbs and they're going to go and vote and election and drain and all these contractors. I ain't seen them now. Why you want to be fooled? I quote the scripture for you just now to remind us. Huh? To remind us who we play with. To remind us about the kind of money and the type what is happening in Guyana. Guyana politics is not about people right now. It's about some persons. It's about the wealth. It's about who gonna grab it up. People say the coalition must go right away because of some increase. But this bill, this uncapped bill for presidents, people setting themselves on the state. On the state. And nothing is happening for the working class people. And we still out here saying, well, we know the PUP corrupt, what change? But what are we going to do about it? People still run out there. And some people who run in, I want a lot of persons out there. I want a lot of people who were once, mommy doing all right, ma. You see you live again. I want, Alex, you wicked. I want some people who once was a part of the coalition. And speaking about corruption, I'm waiting to see all of them with the integrity and so forth. I want to come out and defend these things that is happening out here. Come out and defend it. Because regardless of what lies, because the ball like that, you know, regardless of what you're saying, you're using your office and state resources. We must know now too, I ain't finished with the questions. Who is the contractor who do the road and how much money paid for build the road that is leading to? We must understand, we want to know all of that. Because this is private. This man got his own private GPL. This man got his own private GPL. You see when you get in a blackout and the running's taking place with the ship. The running's taking place with the ship and you flooded out in town. Huh? You know what happening there? Yeah, I live in happily ever after. It's helicopter this man is moving. This man got drone for farm. This man setting himself. And you out there running and killing yourself.
Telling y'all what Honorable Brooms is highlighted right here. What y'all think about it, Delta 9 travelers? Is unity or else? Guess what? More of the same.
You killing up yourself. Yeah? This man got your water treatment plants even for birds. This man got cooling system for birds. You could afford AC. What cooling system you got, some of you? You even got rough rainfall and you get it wet up. You know the election time running. This the rainfall you soak. Are you running out? And some of you running out all the time you're bashing. See how some of we face like shoe front. And these same people who
Greetings here on to Delta9 Media Live.
Monday night to you and all the loyal listeners somewhere.
Big up yourself. All the same thing to you, bro. What's going on with you?
So,
Yes, sir.
Remember, you listen to what I just say, right? I just come with some factual thing before it happen, it come out to the light, bro. People ain't understand this thing. I mean, listen, all these things that these guys showcasing, they got to stay loyal to the earth and the snake. That just as though they have obtained it, they could lose it. You understand me? No, I asked a question on this, let's start with it. I asked it on this piece, this show.
Yeah.
No, is Ali pay for the land or is squat it?
That's a good question.
You understand? Did he pay for those land or is squat it? That's the government over. Look, acres, bro. Acres for acres. And they take away people's things. Ali them in live on them, didn't obtain their land a decade or so. They just start taking them things because they say government land. But the government land belongs to the people still. You're telling the people don't have the land that live for 3 decades, 4 decades, 1 decade, 5 years. You're taking them, making them homeless, but then you go take over the whole part of majority of much acre land in the interior and building a state of farm. Then on this farm, you're about to charge the people them when you're selling these products, like the people them in the market. How you help building Guyana when people you supposed to build a private supermarket around the place where you could sell these things affordable because you don't have the money.
We're reasoning, right, Ali? We're reasoning. You could remember recently, allegedly, when Hicken and other persons in law enforcement was trying to get sand pits and they were denied. Right. Could it be that them already figure out all of this was going on? Them said, might as well get a sand pit. You understand, man? What do you think?
Yeah. Yes. But it's only certain people gonna get those levels. You see, it is just a fulfillment of a department that they need somebody just to sit there, shut up, and don't do nothing.
Yeah.
They just get it there, but they don't look at the part of them, you know. Remember though, they don't look for he's smart enough to know though, he just scared. So regardless all the police and he can't control none of them. Can you see what they say? And he can't tell them nothing. There's only one man could talk to the forces.
Big J, I tell you, pick up yourself, Paul. Thanks for calling in. I tell you, hey, well, notice that the opposition leaders saying, listen, there is more to come. I think the next video we're going to see is a video on Big J. But we hear some more coming in from Honorable Simona Brooms, leader of the ALP, big up the entire ALP, right? And the leader herself, who's always out here making sure that she's with the people, doing the work of the people, and advocating for the progress of our beautiful nation. And Samsung, keeping us connected no matter where in the world we are located. Thanks for being a part of this live presentation. Big up to all the travelers live with us right now.
abusing you want to see now you posting them for take picture with this man, with this, and some of you in the church, you even business with church, you business with God, are you something is relevant, and all y'all just running with like a whole so-called bacchanal kind of situation. Eh? A weak set of people you checking, you so afraid, these people so weak. And you empowering them, you take your power and give to them and then running and hollering, but minister, you know, they're just trying to victimize you. All of you who's silent for all the time, how better off is your life? How better off? How better off you be? Kim said from a lawyer to a farmer. And you know what? This just a news for today. And like you go like hot cake and everybody can make a gaff, like black belly sheep like a gaff, you know. My sister Sharon. And then, excuse me, the amount of things taking place. Tomorrow something else come up and then something else come up. I want to know if we satisfied, if we changing this, and when we ready for change it. When we changing it, man. When we gonna change it?
I'm telling you.
Wake up now. You want
unity or else. Here what the Honorable Brooms is highlighting. When will persons be ready to make sure that they see a change in what's going on? Right? Verna is highlighting this. 26 years now, Long Creek did not have electricity. Sad indeed. 26 years, no electricity. And one man said, hey, I could start up a development over here. And because of his connections and his positions, he's able to allegedly deal with the experiences that was highlighted by the leader of the opposition. We all think about the Delta9 travelers. So many persons are talking about it. All over the globe, persons are highlighting different things. Persons are definitely moved, to say the least, about a lot of the things that was highlighting because of saying, but wait, certain persons ain't getting nothing, and then you're hearing about these kind of things. Economic devastation will occur in Guyana because the resources are being stolen, hoarded by a small group of politicians. Public service declines and the majority impoverished sufferers. I'm telling you, it's a sad, sad reality. Sad reality. Big up yourself, PA. One of our very insightful moderators, dropping some insights into the comment section for us. Thanks for tuning in. Rasta Empress shouting out all in the live. Big up to all and all the frequent travelers every time. Big up to Rasta Empress, the moderators. Bobby, what's going on? Bobby is saying good evening to Delta9. Bless up every single time, Bobby. Thanks for being a part of the live presentation. 13 priceless ones. He's saying it's a Jurassic Park, this body girl. What is it? Hey, telling you. What year we're going on, you want to know, right? As if it's little Jurassic Park going on in Guyana. Big up yourself, 13. Telling you. Nav Joe, everybody highlighting some points about what's going on right there. Why now? Not before. No wahala. I'm telling you, why now for real? As we analyze it, there's so much things we gotta put together, you know. So much things we gotta put together. Reginald is saying the president might not be a real Muslim. He's a fuller man. I'm telling you. So many things persons are analyzing when they hear these allegations. It's crazy. Big up to all the travelers right now that are live with us. Thanks for tuning in. Let's hear some more coming in from Honorable Brooms.
Want to tell me, and I can say it again. If 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 of us go any one spot and stand up, we ain't even got to chant because some of you go on the picket line and you ain't going for nothing, you know. Because you start to chant from one thing and then you skin your teeth and this is a serious struggle. You ain't even got to carry a chant. Eh? Teachers, nurses, doctors, lawyers. If we so want to stop what's happening in Guyana,
to 1,429 house lots. The president, and I can come to the part where they're claiming, you know, all them jump out, you know, they jump out, they came in out. Oh, he got the house, he got the land long before he became president. I'm going to address all of that. Just sit back, get your cokes, get your popcorn. Get your cokes, get your popcorn. And let me warn you early now. Let me warn you early, right? This is not about the messenger, because some people, not necessarily you on this program, they gonna come and they're gonna say, oh, as I didn't want it, because he's not to be believed. Forget about the messenger. Forget about the messenger. Listen to the message. Listen to the message. Forget about the messenger. And you know, as Bob Marley said, who the cap fit, let them wear it. Only your friend know your secret. So only he can reveal it. Let me play the song for y'all, man. Who the cap fit? Here we go.
I tell you, we gotta skip forward just to get rid of some of what's going on there with the copyright. But guess what? Top Cops were highlighting some of the details.
I don't know that the Integrity Commission investigates to confirm that the declaration is accurate. I don't know that the Integrity Commission takes action against anyone who failed to declare. Not so long ago, about a month or two ago, they published in newspaper a whole set of people who have not declared. And I think they're threatening to take legal action. What has happened? What has happened? Integrity Commission. I tell another story already. Someone once related to me, and the person said that I am not going to ever again make a declaration to the Integrity Commission, because the person said that they made a declaration, accurate, honest declaration, and declared a piece of property that they had. Nobody knew of the property. They declared this property, and they said at a gathering sometime later, a person approached them to purchase the property. And the person swear that the only way they could have known of that property, because that information would have been leaked to them. That's what the allegation is. So I said, the person said, hey, let us send me to jail. I am not making another declaration to them. I am not. But you know, Jamaica has an Integrity Commission too, you know, and other countries. But let me play this to you. A story from Jamaica about a month ago or so.
Kleptocracy is when a government cabal seek only status and personal wealth. By some unjustified means at the expense of the poor that they govern. Kleptocracy. Might that be what's going on in Guyana? We hope that that's not the reality that our people are suffering through right now, buddy. We all think about it. Big up to all the travelers right now that are part of the live presentation. Thanks for tuning in. And make sure you hit the thumbs up button, buddy. It costs you nothing to hit that thumbs up button and boost this video in the algorithm. Let persons get a chance to see the poll that we would have put in the live. Let's get a chance to see what the most recent votes are. And share this live so persons can get a chance to hear the number of different aspects as to what's really going on, and subscribe so that you can get all the updates. Because remember, the president already said, listen, when I come back, we can go on the farm and we can analyze and highlight all what's going on with this farm X, Y, and Z. And the artists all over the globe right now. Because you know we got international artists. We got artists local, we got artists international, and everybody is quick with the pen right now. Got videos and all kind of thing about what's going on. So we're gonna hear some from Isan Benzi. The song from the beginning came in from Francis Bailey, who's a part of VPAC. Now we're gonna hear some music coming from none other than another big artist from GT, Isan Benzi. He's gonna give us some insights in a musical way. But firstly, we analyze what's going on with the poll. All right. So the poll is looking like this right now. Do you think President Ali can legally afford what Mohammed exposed? 10% of the voters are saying this. Yes, these are political attacks. So 10% of the persons that participated in the vote is saying, yeah, President Ali could afford these things that Mohammed is allegedly exposing, that he might not be able to afford, and there might be some level of corruption. So 10% of the people them think that there is no corruption, but these are just political attacks, right? And then 43% of the votes are saying, no, President Ali cannot afford the things that Mohammed was exposing in the video. The leader of the opposition was exposing, right? 43% is saying no, the evidence is clear. President Ali cannot afford what Mohammed exposed, 43%. And the leading vote is saying that they need a full independent audit to analyze whether or not President Ali can legally afford what Mohammed exposed. 47% is saying that they need an independent audit. The thing is this, 47% is saying that they need a full independent audit. 10% of the voters only are saying yes, these are political attacks, meaning that the majority are saying, buddy, let's get some more information. And the other 43% is saying, hey, this is blatant, that this cannot be afforded on that kind of pay or with those amount of investments that persons might have been privy to investing in. But we're going to hear from the president himself, because he's going to give us the details so that we can understand clearly what's really taking place. And we can suss it out right here on Delta9 Media, and we can analyze it for ourselves. Because we stupid, we could make our own analysis and see if the maths is mathsing, right? Big up to all the travelers. Walter Thomas is saying, and ducks. Telling you. Big up to all the travelers right now that are part of the life. Let's hear from our brother Isan Benzi. Isan Benzi, big up yourself. There's a fire truck. Right on time.
Me want money like crazy. Up in the ranch, beer, blackmail. Millions I make one call from a celly. Money just a flow, there's nothing you could tell me. Me want money like crazy. All my house, them a sing Isle money. All of my suit, them a sing Isle money. All of my fleet, them a sing Isle money. Me shoulda never sing song. Shoulda turn a politician from long. Money woulda flow like
telling
me
you.
in exile. Woulda own name brands if me own my farm. For house on the hills, hotel a bill. Black belly ship just a pay my bills. Pop champagne every time I get a win. Rich man thing living poor that a sin. And if me was a president, me woulda own a bag of land, bag of residence. Couple fishing at the pond, a lot of cow in at the barn. Billions in at the bank ready for the start. Me shoulda never been an artist. Shoulda been a president for the market. Have a agri business for the market. Oil money just a pay for me plant it. But me not plant it. Me want money like Prezi. Up in the ranch, beer, blackberry. Millions I make one call from a celly. Money just a flow, there's nothing you can tell me. Me want money like Prezi. All my house, them a sing aisle money. All of my suit, them a sing aisle money. All of my fleet, them a sing aisle money. Yeah, yeah. Me want to rich like Prezi. Yeah, man. Can't rich like Susan, that a breadcrumbs. Yeah, yeah. Man, have to stink here, rich.
Out here against the enactment or a return to a situation where there are unlimited or uncapped benefits for former presidents of Guyana. What exactly are you opposing, Mr. Amsterdam?
Well, Dennis, I'm opposing just what the bill says. The bill says that former presidents in this country can get 7/8, currently 7/8 of what the sitting president gets. And apart from that, they can get their utilities paid, they can get their staff, they can get gardeners, and a whole host of fringe benefits. Yes, some may argue that yes, fringe benefits are in order for former presidents. I have no problem with fringe benefits. What I have a problem with is excesses. And this current effort to 2026 bill, the effort to enact the 2026 bill, which many see as a resurrection of the 2009 bill, which was giving former presidents uncapped benefits. I see it as an abuse of our resources. I see it as an abuse of the majority in the National Assembly. And I see it as an abuse of the citizens of this country. And so that is why I am out here. That is why I've asked people to come out here and start to bring awareness to the fact that the 2026 former president's pension and other benefits bill can't be good for this country. It can't be good for this country. It is a show of selfishness. Some may very well argue that it is dictatorial. And when you twin that with the fact that just recently we learned that the sitting president, Ifan Ali, who is soon to become a former president, has a farm of 150 acres. He definitely is going to have a lot of people, farmhands, etc., employed on that farm. And according to this bill, all of his dependents, all of his gardeners, all of his staff will be paid from the coffers of this nation. I want people to just imagine if you have a former president with this multi-billion-dollar farm employing hundreds or scores of people, and they are being paid from the coffers of this state, while he is reaping all of the benefits.
Persons are making their voices heard, and there are a number of persons that are organizing protests and a lot of different things to make sure that they put up some type of resistance to what's going on the ground. What's the part that you're playing, Delta9 Travelers? There's a simple part that you can play. Help to promote this video, help to share it, thumbs up the live so that the algorithm will share it to more persons. Plus, if you're a subscriber already, subscribe. It costs you nothing, but it will keep you connected with everything trending in Guyana and in the diaspora.
100% wild-crafted CMOS. Only the best, because you deserve nothing less. 8 Butterfly.
8 Butterfly Black Seed, loaded with antioxidants and essential nutrients for your body's needs. Breathe better, feel better, live healthier. All the benefits of black seed oil without the taste. 8 butterfly black seed capsules.
Sleepy is the only diaper brand in Guyana with such a wide range to choose from. We cater to all babies, from newborns all the way to stage 7. Our collection includes Sleepy New, Sleepy Sensitive, Sleepy Natural and Organic, Sleepy Night, and don't forget our fashion jeans. Most of all, they're available in both paste and pull-up styles. Sleepy, Guyana's #1 selling baby diaper, available at stores nationwide.
A natural way to stay ready, baby. 'Cause I'm ready for you, Mr. C. The ultimate male supplement. Men's total wellness formula. Packed with essential nutrients for men's health. She'll call you Mr. C.
Tax-free, because the bill also says that the former presidents will pay no tax on their income. And so this is a farm that will generate multi-billion-dollar profits, but yet not a blind cent will be paid as taxes to this nation, but billions of dollars will be taken out of the coffers of this nation.
So, Mr. Amsterdam, beyond today's activity, what's next?
Well, like I've been saying constantly, this is an awareness campaign. It's not a protest today and you go back into your bed and you relax. It's an awareness campaign. And so the next item of this campaign I'm thinking about is a symposium where ordinary citizens can come and sit with the parliamentarians and the legal-minded and whosoever will make up and go through this bill and get a clear understanding of this bill. So when we talk as citizens, we're talking from a position of knowledge. And we're not just depending on somebody to interpret the bill for us, because a lot of people seem to be relying on the AG's interpretation to say that he doesn't know what they're making a fuss about for, because Granger can benefit from this bill, and the 2015 bill did not affect Jack Dio and it did not affect Ramatar, because the bill couldn't be retroactive and so on, right? And so you're saying that this effort to enact this 2026 bill is likely to give more benefits, more fringe benefits to former President Granger and any other president that comes after A. Fanali and any other president that comes after. For me, I want what I would say independent interpretation of this bill. I want independent interpretation of this bill. Because naturally, I'm of the opinion that this bill or the effort to enact this bill stems from the fact that Ali is soon going to be a former president. And if it is argued that the former presidents prior to Ali, they are enjoying uncapped benefits, then Ali is arguing that he is entitled to uncapped benefits too. And so he wants this bill reenacted or resurrected, the 2009 bill, through the enactment of the 2026 bill. So he too can get unlimited benefits. But listen, if you look at Ali currently might be the highest paid president in this hemisphere, perhaps around the world, right? And when you look at the recent revelation, a man got 150 acres of farms as the president when Guyanese are struggling to get a house lot.
When you think about it, it's rough. You already brother Kadaki's highlighting right there. Big up yourself to Kadaki Amsterdam, Coms TV, Guyana Morning Time or Buxton Morning Time. You know, right here on YouTube. And guess what? Doing more than YouTube, as you can see, he's out and about with his WPA shirt on because he's a part of the Working People's Alliance. And he's saying it's about time that someone says and does something about this bill and a number of other things that's going on the ground. Right now in Guyana, Kim is saying this. Kim is saying Guyana would never understand how poorer the people will suffer because of the whole government cabinet enriching themselves alone. the kleptocratic kleptomaniacs. I'm telling you. Greetings, you're on to Delta9 Media Live.
I think it's me again, Delta.
Yup.
Yeah, bro, I hope that they can find a way to kill this bill, because this is trouble, right?
Yeah.
When you heard, like, I mean, Kadaki is explaining, he's telling you what can be the outcome of this bill. Imagine this man, his whole ranch is going to be have to be paid for by the people of Guyana, right?
It's crazy when you think
All
about
of them. It's terrible. I wish, and I'm telling you, the opposition, they need to start going out and educate the people, let the people know, like they got to do it, because people don't have knowledge of what some of the people, and then when it's too late, it's gone, right? You know. Also, I want to I'm the first to say this on your program. Allegedly, Irfan Ali has got raised horse also. I hear that coming out soon. He has raised horse, allegedly. Okay.
Hey, those are very costly to maintain.
Well, I was listening to a program. There's a guy in Guyana. He's a born Guyanese. He looks like white. His name is Alex.
Okay.
And he was talking something, and the thing slipped out, and he said something about, and I don't know if he was mentioning the ranch or the horse farm or whatever. But this guy said, yes, Irfan Ali does have, right? And I'm going to use the word allegedly, just for protection. You're going to hear next, he has raised horse.
I'm telling you, that's crazy.
Also, yes, tonight at the stadium, they have a big prayer stuff going on. So Ed Hill and his boys will be at the stadium praising the Lord, and you're going to see they're praying. I hope they pray. I don't know. I don't know Ed Hill again. Who trusts Ed Hill, right? You know, right? Yeah, they're having a big prayer service.
I'm telling you.
At the stadium tonight. But all of these, it's all a show, bro. They're putting on some, like these people, even Irfan Ali riding around on that bicycle, it's a big show. Going and throw basketball with the black youth, it's a big show. These guys are doing so much. You know, another thing I noticed, I see there's a lot of Trinidadians. Even the Trinidadians are praising this man. Right now in Guyana, there's a guy named Franklin Boudram. They're doing a lot of work at the circuit. And I saw a video today with Franklin Boudram talking about Irfan. He's the one that they're going to be having a big race in Guyana, which is called Circuit, something of Las Americas or something.
Yeah. I have some of that to highlight here, as well as some of the trending events that's coming up as well.
Yeah. Also, you see that same event there? You should look and see who is getting all the concessions, who is doing all the constructions, who is doing. You can see who is benefiting from all of that, bro. It's a big circle. It's a vicious circle, right? There's a group of people that's getting all the benefit. You know, I saw there's some chutney singers also that came in from Trinidad, and they're praising. But you know, the man does his PR stuff. He treats you so well. He treats, like when what's his name? Andrew Holmes was there recently. They treat the man like royalty. He said, Irfan, this is my brother. Me and Mutfi call him my brother, right? You know, so they do their stuff. So if when the world look, or if outsiders look and see them, so what? Which president you ever see riding around with a bicycle? Which president you see throwing basketball with the youth? And the PR stuff these guys are doing, brother, I shouldn't say stuff, the PR stunt that they're doing. The world is looking and saying, wow, this man, you know, he's a very good president. They went to Anna Regina last week and to open a stadium, and the rain poured. And the man stand up in the rain and was giving a speech. You know, he got soaked, he got drenched. I mean, all of these stunts, someone saying the man, I mean, you guys saw when the man did his Michael Jackson, right? You know, like,
listen. Could it be that we had to pay a high cost for all of that attention, entertainment, and for all of the talent that was brought to the presidential office? Could that be the case? What do you think?
Well, look there. Look at the man. The man that keeps taking his. You know, we were laughing about it, bro. But
it's not nothing funny. It's serious. But sometimes you gotta make situation a little light. How you think about it? So many persons going through all of these things in the country, and the persons that are responsible for making sure that policies are in place and these policies are actually implemented so that these things can be eased. There's not more than 1 million of us actual Guyanese that were born in the country. So, it's rough when we hear these things, man.
I know. And recently I saw Conan. I think Conan got fed up. He seems to be giving up. But then yesterday I thought he said, you know what? I'm going and take 15 acres of land. I'm going to clear it. I'm 60 years old right now. If I put in for land, it's going to take me 10 years to get it. Let me enjoy the land right now. And Conan said that I'm going to take it. And anybody comes to take, I'm going to burn their whatever. I'm going to burn, he was, I hope the Guyanese start getting, I'm not instigating stuff, but like, bro, you got to wait so long for a piece of land. And when you get a piece of, it's like a swamp, right?
It's crazy.
And imagine all of these top guys, look at what they're living in, what they're, when you see these things, it burns your heart, man. Like, as I say, it's less than 1 billion people, right? And why can these people get a piece of something and enjoy? Like, it's so sad, man.
I'm telling you. Big up yourself. Thanks for calling in.
Okay.
See persons highlighting it as we analyze what's going on. As we analyze what's going on in the country. So many headlines, so many things going on right now. Persons highlighting these things. Strong allegations about the president himself. We heard from the leader of the opposition and other persons. We heard from the top cop. We heard from the leader of the ALP. So many persons called in. Persons dropped comments into the comment section. Guess what? Racing. Because remember now, there's a lot of sports, tourism that our country is angling itself for. These are some of the things that's coming up in our beautiful country right now.
So this from J.A. Park. So this is one vehicle down and that's the driver there. Yeah, so they're having like a show just to show the public and also to promote the event. Just showing the public all different cars that will be competing at the event. So just waiting for the rest of them to arrive now. See a small crowd gathering already. Yeah. And while we're waiting, guys, you can take a look on the inside of it. So that's the driver's seat, steering wheel. Yeah. The rest of them soon to come as well. Another one coming in now. This next one here. This one has one Guyana on it. This is a Porsche.
The one Guyana Porsche. I like that. They look good. But I guess it's more the looks with the cars, right? Especially, okay, this got parts. Come on, the engine song. Yeah, the engine song wicked.
Hear the power from it, guys.
Coming in here. Coming in here.
Alright, so you park there now. This guy, so this is the other car. This one is by Mark Rivera, 58, number 58 Porch. Yeah, man, and this is it here, guys. The driver right here. Yeah, nice car. And this one is let me switch channel the porch this is. Okay, put that and guys, the crowd getting even bigger as more and more persons come through. Yeah. And guys, this is the next one making its way coming in. This looks like buggy. It's the buggy coming through now.
Now this look good.
Yeah, of course this one not
It's a
hitting the
nice
track at
off-road.
all. Maverick.
It's a nice off-road. I like that.
Yes, guys. So they're just joining the show now with the buggy. Yeah, man. And this one it'll be great for the savannas. You know, when you're going off-roading. Yeah, man. This would be great. Yes, guys. And more persons keep coming in as the crowd gets bigger and bigger, and we are waiters. Oh, this one is a Lamborghini. This one arriving on truck. This one didn't do any burnout or anything. Yes, guys, so this is the Lamborghini coming. Oh, these guys on a car. And this, guys, is the Lamborghini. And they seem to be going around. And right here, so you had another arrival. This one is a Mazda. Yeah, man. And it's convertible.
Okay.
This is the inside of it here.
Coupe.
Yes, guys. Nice, proper vehicle. And right up on top here, we have the Lamborghini. And with it has the one Guyana Auto Special Blue Spring Water, and it's in my favorite color, blue. Yes, guys.
Blue Spring Water bringing in the Lambo. Telling you that should be a very entertaining meet. Always good to see things like this. Development into the country where Guyanese are going to be able to make some needed revenue. Always good to get that foreign exchange coming in from tourism, right? Love to see things like this. Development, benefits for persons, locally and internationally. Every time you have events like this, airlines make money, hotels make money, people in the street make money, right? Big up to all the travelers right now, dropping the insights into the comment section. Persons are saying the president should resign. What are your views, Delta9 travelers? What are your views about that? I don't think we're going to see that likely, but it's good to see that persons are highlighting their views on these issues. Joseph, thanks for being a part of the live. Please, Lord, open the eyes. I'm telling you. Big up to all the travelers right now that are part of the live. Thanks for tuning in. As we take the flight right now internationally to analyze awards being given to one of our sisters of the soil. Who am I speaking about? Listen, we're going to get into these details. You know, this is Delta9 Media, international digital connection, where we highlight headlines local and international as well. Let's hear right now from who? Honorable Janet Cummings Edwards.
To recognize my dear classmate, Dr. Terence Campbell, from way back in 1982, doing LLB Part 1 at the University of Guyana. To recognize our fellow awardees and to recognize the industry of Chairman Mr. Burke and the GICC in recognizing so many of us, both here in the diaspora and at home. We are really grateful for such recognition. Permit me to briefly say to you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen and fellow awardees, good evening. After experiencing so much splendor, look around you. Seeing so much thoughtfulness in having this celebration, the labor of love in putting everything together. Such distinguished fellow Guyanese, friends, brothers and sisters, and relatives. Having this celebration causes me to adopt the famous word of gratitude from William Shakespeare's Twelfth Night. And I quote, "I can no other answer make, but thanks, and thanks, and ever thanks." It is with great honor and humility that I accept these prestigious awards. To the members of Congress, I thank you most sincerely for your recognition and acknowledgement of my contribution to the legal field. And to the organizers of this event, the Guyana Diamond Jubilee Celebration Committee, thank you most profoundly for this incredible honor. My heart is filled with joy and is replete with thankfulness and appreciation for being bestowed with this special honor. It is great to see everyone present here this evening, the esteemed organizers and the representatives, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all well-dressed, beautiful and handsome men and women, and our relatives and friends and compatriots celebrating our country's 60th independence anniversary, our Diamond Jubilee celebration. To see our citizens and fellow awardees, it is truly remarkable. And the lyrics of the first stanza of the Song of Guyana's Children really inspire us. And it comes to mind. It says, "Born in the land of the mighty Roraima, land of great rivers and far-stretching seas, So, like the mountain, the sea, and the river, great in our lives and work would we be. And that
One
recognition
word of
comes
work, many years
from the
ago.
United States of America.
You know all the stanzas to the song? Drop it in the comment section, yes or no? Y'all know all the stanzas to the song? I ain't gonna lie. I don't know all the stanzas. But if you start the first couple of words, I know the rest of the stanza. But if you say sing the whole song from the beginning to the end and all the stanzas, identify them, I can't right now, but I used to know it when I was in school. That'll be real. But if you give me the first couple words of any one of these stanzas, any of the national songs, then I was able to sing the rest of it. I just gotta get a little spark for most of them. Big up to all the travelers that are live with us right now. Thanks for tuning in. Listen, as we're talking about celebration, recently we celebrated the 4th of July. I know New York is considered Region 11, so a big part of the celebrations were connected with persons on the ground in Guyana, right? Big up to all the persons who are part of the live right now, tuning in from New York, other parts of the US, and persons who took part in the festivities of the 4th of July all over the globe. Well, guess what? Right here on Delta9 Media, you know, sometimes we just take the flight to a different altitude so that we could analyze things that are important nonetheless to us, no matter where we're located right now. Because guess what? Wherever we are, this science is ours, and it's time that we start to remember, reanalyze, and reacquaint ourselves with a lot of this information. Let's get into some of these insights coming in from the elder Taj Tariq Bey, giving us some insights about the 4th of July. Big up yourself to all the travelers live with us. Let's jump into this insightful information right now.
Of every year, the moon around the earth while the earth transits around the sun, etc. That is what's called the zodiac constitution, the knowledge of the workings of heaven and its relationship thereto to ourselves. Now, on the day of July the 1st of every year, the sun or the planet Saturn is hidden by the glare and the brightness of the sun. And this happens on time in accord with the cycle of the heavens. And as Saturn comes from behind the sun, that's the heliacal rising of Saturn. Heliacal simply means sun or the sun movements. And when you see hear the word holy, when they're referring to holy and holiness in scripture, in Quran, in Bible, in Uaspi, in Torah, Tanakh, etc., Heliotech, Septuaginta, etc., that comes from helio, which is the sun, and it simply means the sun, S-U-N, and is also described in the closeout of the last book, Malachi, in the Septuaginta or in the Bible. And you see the sun arises with healing in his wings, and it has only 4 chapters, and that deals with your 4 gates, your north gate, south gate, east gate, west gate, etc. This is also where you see the circle with the cross in the middle, etc. And you have your 4 corners, and you have your openings at the 4 corners. Also, that same symbol that you see described in the Circle 7 Quran, where you see the opening there, opening there, opening there, opening there, north gate, east gate, west gate, south gate. It's also where you get news from. So all people that rule, even though they may not speak publicly, they use the culture and the science. Now, if you want to
they're using this culture and this science internationally, whether you are aware of it or not. So there's always esoterics behind a lot of these holy days, holidays that we would celebrate, right? And if you're looking to find this entire lecture online so that you can get into everything that was being presented by the elder, you just go to Real Moors Talk. Real Moors Talk, Real Moors episode 23, The Truth About the 4th of July, the Independence, right? You're going to check out that information right there. You could see it at the top of the screen. Pause, pull back, and you could get the headline again that I'm giving you if you're looking to hear the entire presentation so that you could analyze more and, get a good, insightful understanding of this and other topics that the Elder Moore is highlighting. Taj Tariq Bey. Let's hear some more.
Understand the operations of these people who have been ruling North America in the last couple hundred years. Keep in mind that they will make reference to being born again. Being born again is derived from what is known as the Renaissance. The Renaissance is where the ancient Moabites went into Iberia and into the area of Albion, which is today known commonly as Europe. Now, the Renaissance is where the Moors were bringing what is commonly known as civilization to the hybrid breed, or what is called modern man, and commonly known as Albions, or today generally referred to as Europeans. That's where they got the science to eventually grow and become a part of the greater human family. The problem that we've had logically, and this can't be denied, is in the process of their evolutionary operations on the planet, they have been in many ways beastly to many of the other Aboriginal people. So when we're talking about the things that we're talking about today, that are happening in North America, the cause and effect and some of the history, you need to know that the Europeans that are ruling generally got their general knowledge power from the Moors in the first place. Whether they're misusing it or using it for the good, that's a conversation in its own, which is why we have some of these conversations on Real Moors Talk, because we're trying to make things better for everybody. However, you need to know the history so that you can look at things objectively and actually use intelligent reasoning to aid in us all coming together and reasoning together to help solve some of these problems with humanity.
Real thing. Big up yourself to the elder, Taj Tariq Bey. And again, Real Moors Talk. Real Moors Talk. That's the name of the YouTube channel. Make sure that you go over there, subscribe. Trust me, there's so much information, so much insights that this elder shares. And this even connects to a video that we have to do, but more than likely I'm going to put it up, like I was saying, for members, and then I'm more than likely going to make it live for every person to be able to see it on the platform, given how it is accepted. Because we're going to get into the esoterics of masonry. We have a video that we're supposed to make public for a while now. I'm going to put it up so persons can analyze it. The elder Taj will be going into it, and a number of other persons going into the insights, as well as that interview that was done by our brother Big Smith, where he had a number of masons that were highlighting a number of things about the order. So many things for us to get into right here on Delta9 Media. So make sure you subscribe, buddy. We always got a jam-packed presentation. Sometimes we take the flight to a different altitude and get into some of the esoterics, like the elder Taj was just sharing right there with us, the esoterics behind the 4th of July. What are your views, Delta9 travelers? Drop it into the comment section. Definitely do the further research and come back and let's have some meaningful conversation about it. Right now, on the ground in Guyana, the youth are analyzing this and giving these views about our country. What y'all think about that?
Beautiful New Guyana.
Yes, I am.
What excites you every day?
What excites me is knowing that one thing, Guyana is growing and growing, and there are a lot of opportunities everywhere. And the fact that I'm able to study and I know that I can better myself, especially in Guyana, we're growing so beautifully. So that's one thing that excites me every day. Exciting to learn and exciting to get out in the work field and learn everything new here.
And what's the, if you have to prioritize three things you want to achieve as a young person, what are
All right. For me, career wise, I want to better myself career wise. I want to be able to, let's say, career wise, education wise, and to be financially stable. Financial stability is like the highest thing that I need right
And
here.
one of the important things about financial stability is owning your own home, right?
Correct, correct. And that's what we also say. If you're young, and the first stage I will always say, start applying for something. Even if it's a small loan, build that credit, and then you can start from there. So when you're ready in the future to build your own home, you already have that.
You've applied for your house, right?
I have applied, Mr.
When you applied?
I applied late in 2024.
It's right, and where do you live? Which region?
I live in Region 4.
And you want it in region 3 or 4?
And wherever God bless me, I will accept
I
it.
can tell you by the end of this year, you'll be having good news because you're pushing hard in region 3 and region 4. And you're ready to build your home.
I'm ready. I work at Scotiabank. Come on,
I'm
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Great. We have a
Optimistic, joyful. That's the views of some of the population, the youth, and other persons, giving their views about how they feel about the state of the country right now. Well, guess what? Dr. Todd was sitting down with other youths analyzing similar topics, and this is what they had to share as well. As we go through this live presentation, trying to suss out what's going on in our beautiful country, presenting exactly the views of those on the ground right now. Let's hear.
Are disinterested in being a part of that decision-making process. And why do you think they run away from politics without really understanding that being in politics is actually putting yourself to be a part of that decision-making process of your society, of your community, and ultimately of your country?
Let me address this. There's two things we need to put in our minds before, if we're to properly understand this. One, we have to look at it at the individual level. At an individual level, the average youth will not see politics as important because life in Guyana has become harder. Note I say harder, and that is me taking note of the struggles of the persons who have fought for us to have these platforms, who have created the space for us to be where we are. But the life in Guyana has become harder and more onerous on the individual because life in Guyana has become harder. Note I say harder, and that is me taking note of the struggles of the persons who have fought for us to have these platforms, who have created the space for us to be where we are. But the life in Guyana has become harder and more onerous on the individual. We know about the cost of living. We know about the affordability and how things are just skyrocketing, prices are just skyrocketing, and revenue is not able to mitigate the needs that you have. And that's just on a general level. This doesn't count to your leisure and entertainment and these other privileges that I would say, because it is a privilege in a day like today. That's the first thing. At the individual level, the society that we exist in now, known as Guyana, has evolved away from true political belief, and it has now turned into transactional politics. So a lot of persons don't want to get too tied up in the political underpinning because they realize now that if I pledge my allegiance to one side, I am now going to be losing out on the other side. And as a young person now trying to figure out, persons now going to university, now coming out to high school, now having a job for the first time, now trying to earn proper money, it is unfair for us to ask of them to give of themselves freely with no benefit to them.
I'm telling you, the youths are analyzing it in a real way and bringing forth those presentations, some joyful, some optimistic, different aspects of the situation in a neutral manner so we could suss it out right here on Delta9 Media. That's how we keep the live presentation, you know. That's how we do it, buddy. Big up to all the travelers right now that are live with us. Joseph is saying, does anyone know what demon possesses is? Well, guess what? We don't speculate over here, Joseph. We got a list of assets that we can use to analyze that particular question, even though we might not be able to answer with the scholarship right here on this live presentation. You can scan which one of these barcodes. Let me see which one should give it to you. Let me pull this comment off of the screen. Big up to all the travelers. Now you can scan the barcode on the occult, and in that notebook learning module there should be a book, or you should be able to search that particular question in that notebook learning module, and you should get some answers for this question right here with the scholarship that might surprise you, right? On that same conversation that you were asking that question about. Where's the question? Right here. Does anyone know what demon possesses is? Right? Scan the barcode on the occult and check out the notebook learning module. They got hundreds and hundreds of books, articles, and videos on those specific topics connected to that AI. Right? So now you could use the AI, you can generate a video that would explain it to you. You can generate a mind map that would help you to generate different thoughts on it, that will help you to understand it, and so many other ways that you can now analyze the information on that same question right there. And if we had more time on this live presentation, maybe we might have went into it. But guess what? I'm going to analyze some of what you're saying in the question, and as long as there's a video that we can do for it, we'll definitely do a video and put it up. Big up to all the travelers, all the moderators, everyone that's a part of the live, right? Thanks for tuning in and being a part of this live presentation. Big up everybody that call in, everyone that every time helps to make this live presentation what it is. I'm telling you, the flight would have landed right here on Delta9 Media. I want to thank every single person that is a part of the live. I want to say big up to everybody that's going to catch the live in the rewind in the future, right? Thanks for making this presentation what it is. Thanks for spending some time with us here at Delta9 Media. If you would like to support this channel, consider becoming a channel member, buddy. The channel membership is right on the channel at the top of the page, right there, right above the luggage, right there by the belt when you're picking up your luggage to go out. Thumbs up the live, scan the barcode, become a channel member, support Delta9 Media, support independent media, so that we can continue to improve this channel and continue to bring you neutral analysis, neutral platform with all the headlines so that we could suss it out in a real way, locally and internationally as well. So many headlines, so many more things for us to update. To We went down to Region 11, right? Some of the 4th of July celebrations recently down in New York. I'm telling you, it was a sight to see. Big up to Owen and the Queen, right? You see how it's a small world. So I'm out at an event, and next thing I know, I'm at the bar, getting something to drink. And the person said, Delta, what's going on? And the conversation began right there. And thanks for supporting independent media as well. Thanks for making the donation that you made to the channel. Big up again to you and the Queen. So whenever you see Delta9 Media and we out and about, shout us out. Come over, let's do some video. Let's make sure that we show persons that we networking all over the world. Big up to all the frequent travelers right now in the chat. Big up to everyone that's a part of the live, everybody that's going to catch it in the rewind in the future. Big up again to Owen and the Queen. So when you see us out and about, because remember it's the summertime, fall, winter, don't matter whenever. So yo, Delta9 Media. And we will definitely do a brief video and shout you out live when we connecting with persons all over the globe, right? Big up to all the supporters of the channel, all the moderators. Cheryl, thanks for being a part of the live. Greetings to you and everyone else that is tuned in right here. One love. And I will catch you in the next presentation or in a pre-recorded. Thanks for being a part of this presentation and for making this live what it is. One love. Until the next time.